What's up, guys? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here to continue our collectible run for The Last of Us Part 2. Guess what, guys? This is Chapter 34, The Descent, and we are no longer on those high-rise climbing situations, although we have just plummeted to our doom, and, well, before we go too far, we actually have some collectiblage right at the beginning. So, hey, I want to remind you guys quickly that all non-essential gameplay and cutscenes have been removed. We also have quick links down below in the video description. Once you fall into the pool and take a nice dip, you climb out and you guys have a nice little conversation. As soon as that conversation is done, hop back into the pool and go find the little filter at the bottom there, and you will find our very first coin. Woo to the who. Again, quick reminder, we have quick links down below. Every time you see that little icon pop up, it's generally going to be a minute or two before the next collectible. However, we always show you at the beginning, so that's not the case right now. As we go ahead and push forward with the story, before going through that door there and advancing, we're going to actually hang a hard right, go all the way over here to this Jamba Juice place. It's not really a Jamba, but it's basically what it is. It's some sort of a fruit juicer place. And I did miss an optional conversation there, and thank goodness there are no trophies for that. But hey, we actually opened the drawer right behind the counter and found our first supplementage, which was going to be for 7 pieces. Now, somehow, even though I didn't hit the triangle button to activate that optional conversation, I got caught up in a conversation, and the game will not allow me to pick up any of the items locally until that's over. So once that's done, we'll go ahead and grab the artifact off the corkboard there. Did you notice how, like, camouflaged and blended in that was? That thing is super easy to miss, so hopefully you didn't miss it. Now, again, before advancing and going into that door there, into the, I guess it's the stairwell, we're going to go to this little office in the back left corner, and we've got our first safe. The combo for this is going to be 12, 1879. Once we open that bad boy up, we've got a couple of things inside that are going to be relevant to us, like some supplements, and, of course, some craftables as well. Now, if you've been following along and you've gotten all the safes, you should get the trophy for Safecracker, which is actually getting all of the safes in the game. So it feels good to be getting kind of close to that home stretch where we actually might be almost done with the collectibles. So, hey, big shout out to my guy, Gray. Hello, Gray! I know that he just started watching this series the other day, but he let us know, and I just figured I'd give him a shout out. So, what is up? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully Gray has found this helpful too. Anyways, once you get through the door, there's an artifact that actually happens in this cutscene. Now, I know I said all non-essential cutscenes are removed. This one is essential because you actually get an artifact that counts. So this game's kind of weird how it kind of picks and chooses when those collectibles count and when they don't. Like, for example, there's a level that has, what, 3 or 4 artifacts scattered throughout, but they don't actually count because it's a flashback and it's not direct. So it's kind of weird how some of them count and some of them don't. Some of them are story related, but also count, right? That's also kind of weird. All right, here's one of those non-essential cutscenes here. Basically, we get to a point where we need to mask up, and Lev does not have one. So we're going to leave her behind, and we're going to go ahead and keep on with the keeping on. She leaves a pretty dramatic comment like, she says, if you die, I'm stuck here, which is very true and unfortunate, but we're going to do our best not to. All right, head to the left as soon as you get through that door, and we're going to find ourselves in this crazy bedroom where clearly the maid had the day off. Boy, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I don't even know where to begin. However, over in the corner, there is a drawer, and in said drawer is some supplements. So we'll go ahead and swoop those up and make our way back on out of here. Now, I was thinking that there was something fun and trendy in there, but nope, it's just some duct tape. But I guess, you know what? Duct tape's pretty good to have. Pretty handy thing. All right, we got to do a little bit of trapezery here. We got to make our way across. Yeah, look at that little balancing act. Inside we go into this next area. We're going to head to the far left. We're going to pick up some ammo on the ground first before moving into this hallway, which we find a locked door, but we're going to go to the one right to the right of it. As we wrap around, we find, oh, it's a mask. Although, unfortunately, it's not the one that we need. But this is a good reference point. As soon as you get to this mask, we're actually going to get some supplements, which is just right around the corner inside the bathroom drawer. Tucked away, trying to hide from us. But we're going to go ahead and swoop it out. And nom nom nom. Not really. I was actually talking to Gray, and we were mentioning that I haven't spent any of my supplement points, and I've only spent a few of my weapon parts on Ellie's campaign. I haven't spent any on Abby. All right, as we continue to kind of follow our way through these apartments, we're going to find some weapon parts on a table here, and look at that. There's actually some under the TV in a cabinet as well, so make sure you swoop up both of those, totaling 14 parts. Now, right behind those parts is going to be a mask that actually works and doesn't have a hole in it. So we'll go ahead and swoop this. And as we turn around and leave the room, we actually find out that the baddies have found us. So we get a little, watch this, ready? Here's a creeper. Ready? Oh! All right, we've gone ahead and eradicated all those baddies. So keep in mind there are probably 5 bad guys scattered throughout this area. Now that they've all been dealt with, we're going to make our way all the way to the end of the hallway. But before advancing, we're going to take a right and head into this room, which is even worser than the last one. Talk about the maid having a week off. Good Lord. All right, we got supplements 5, which totaled 9 parts. And since we grabbed that nice mask, we can actually head back to Lev and hand it on over. We can keep on with our keeping on. So again, another one of those cutscenes that has been removed. A little bit longer than you needed to watch, I'm sure. So now that we're both masked up and ready to roll out, we're going to actually go back right inside that room. And we got to wait about 20 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that long. But it is a lot longer than I would prefer it to be. There is a fire hose up top, and we have to wait for Lev to point it out. Oh, there it is. All right, so anyways, once we get that spotted, we can go ahead and get under it, hit that triangle prompt, and we'll lift and toss her up. She'll turf that bad boy down, and then we can go ahead and rappel all the way to the, well, not all the way to the bottom, but pretty close to the bottom, where we can drop off and continue our scouting. Now, let's see here. We're going to go ahead. This is another, watch this too. Watch this grab here. Watch how spot on. Ready? Watch this, ready? Watch this. Where you at? Where you at? Oh! It's such a weird... Anyways, the animations can't always be perfect. But I gotta be honest, the whole rope, all that stuff that they got, it's pretty legit. The way it look at it spinning around, it's pretty spot on. All right, we get to the bottom, we find a prompt for dropping all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and make our way right behind us into a little crack in the wall where we find a corpse, some ammo, and the 3rd artifact. Now I probably could have tossed one of those Thumbie quick reminders of, the quick links are gonna be a little bit further down the way. But I did not toss one here. We're going to go ahead and make our way through this little spot here right by the vending machines on the little ledge and into the next room. Now, so I did a scouting run. You guys already know this. I usually scout ahead to make sure I know where they all are, using the guide as a reference. This way I don't have to search for things. I don't have to scan a lot. I'm not wasting your time. I'm going right to the points of importance. Now, I got sort of caught up, and I knew these guys were going to be popping out of the wall, and I totally botched it. So I apologize for my noobness here. It actually happens one more time, but then you can tell I get fed up with it, and I know what I'm doing, and I actually prevent the 3rd one from happening. So anyways, all right, we're going to go ahead and keep on following along here. We're going to drop down to this next level. Kind of a sketchy jump, but you got to do it. Once we get down here, we actually get attacked by 2 more guys, I believe it is. And this is where I go, I should have aimed a little more precise here. I don't get the headshot. I could have killed him, but then I don't have I missed. Okay, it's not so bad. Okay, I felt it was worse there, but there is one more. So there's one more guy. You guys should be aware of that. There's one more guy. Now there's weapon parts on the left right there, but I knew there was one more guy. So I advanced, and I'm kind of looking ahead. I'm like, where's he at? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? And I come back, and I'm like, all right, I got him. No one else. Oh, but look at that, a sneak attack. So there was a 3rd guy. You should be aware of that, whether you have already or whether you still need to grab those weapon parts. Make sure you get them before you advance. That is very important. Now, you're not going to want to advance. There's a jump coming up here. Do not leave this room yet. I kind of get stuck in this walk animation. I go to craft, or actually use a med kit, and I walk a little further than I intended to there. And as it turns out, you need to sneak into the bathroom through that little crack, and check this out. Real easy collectible to miss right here. We also get a flamethrower, so woo to the hoo. Now, if you somehow walk by this particular point, we do find a flamethrower later. In fact, the story forces you to pick one up, and it even uses the same stuff. And here's another one. So this is the last one. I apologize for getting stuck again, but guess what? I get to use my flamethrower. Hot, 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 hot. All right, now that he's dealt with, we'll go ahead and make sure we get the rest of those supplements here on the counter, which should total 10. Should be an 8 and a couple of singlets. Now, hey, look at that. There's also a med kit. Now, if you're a noob like me, hopefully you're not, but if you are, you've got another med kit to pick up to add to the arsenal. All right, we'll go ahead and sneak through this doorway again, drop down a level, and one more. Let's see here. And we go ahead and turn around, and right through this room here is going to be a couple more baddies. Now, I've got the flamethrower out. This is actually my first experience with the flamethrower. To be honest with you, I grabbed it in my scouting run, but I didn't really mess with it, so I was having fun with it. But once you get those guys dealt with, turn around and walk into this bathroom. You got to go back out, basically right where you fell, and go to the left instead of the right. Go into the bathroom, and in the drawer, jeez, talk about brain fart, is going to be some supplements, and right in the next room there, right on the ledge, is going to be some weapon parts as well. Do you see me peek down at that baddie walking down there? I shine the light, and he's like, hello. All right, we'll go ahead and make our way back down and around. Well, around and down, I guess. See, I'm still kind of suspect of that buddy. All right, as you cross this next beam here, I highly recommend you pull out a double barrel or your most powerful gun, as there is a bloater. Now, if you have a pipe bomb or something in here, feel free to use it as well. But I definitely recommend using the most powerful gun that you have, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with it. Or Shambler. I called him a bloater. Shambler. I don't know why I called him a bloater. I guess he's kind of bloated. All right, there is some weapon parts in the drawer under the lamp right in the middle of the room, so it's important to note that and grab those before you go ahead and make your way across another beam. Now, I am playing on easy, so there's no real worry of falling or anything like that, but I suppose it is possible. All right, jump down another floor, and as soon as you get down there, don't walk any further. Take a shot at the wall there, as there is another bad guy. And just to the right of him, on that little desktop there, is going to be some supplements. Make sure you turn around and leap over that little bound and get the Oregon coin. Hey, that's my home state. Pretty sweet. Oregon. All right, now we are out of here. I was going to make an Oregon joke. I already said it once, though. Anyways, we'll go ahead and go back across the beam, or go across a beam, I guess. We hadn't done that one yet. And drop all the way down, safe landing on this nice, brand new, disgusting mattress. Turn around, and right behind you should be a little nightstand. On that nightstand should be some supplements, but also more inside the drawer, totaling 23. So, there's Thumbie's helpful tip again, which means it's going to be a little bit before the next collectible. Basically, we just got to continue the story, make our way down, and get out of this spore-infested building. Once we get to, like, some safety, the free air, so to speak. Actually, there's actually 2 collectibles inside before we get out. Anyways, this is that point of the story right here. If you did not pick up the flamethrower already, there will be a dead corpse there with a flamethrower on his lap, and it will force you to take it before you can open the door. So that's kind of a weird thing. It makes you have one. Now, this next area, follow along carefully and be quiet, and you should be able to make your way without having to fight anybody. So crouch walk over to the far right and sneak into these rooms where you actually don't have anybody in sight. Now, if we go to the next room, there's actually a shambler protecting that doorway. So what we're going to do is we're going to turf a bottle, not onto the bad guy, but just right behind him. And they're all going to go ahead and focus on that sound. So once that happens, we can go ahead and sneak through that crack in the wall and make our way through this door. Now, be very careful, because the shambler actually is right behind me, walking right next to me. Watch this. I'm going to turn the camera around. He's right there, and somehow he did not see me. Now, once you activate this button prompt here, I don't think they can get you at all. I don't even, unless they're already chasing you. If they're already chasing you, can't guarantee your safety. But as you can see, the shambler does come running from a different angle than he appeared to be, and he doesn't get us. So I feel like that's an animation that's there, and it's just kind of how it is. But hopefully you guys followed along and made it through there safely. Once you get out of the elevator, though, we're going to go to the left and smash the old vending machine here, because once you do, there is a coin that reimburses you. I don't know why that happens. It's kind of weird, but we'll take it. And just to the left, there's a little rolling cart with 8 parts on them, too, so make sure you swoop them up. Now, we're getting pretty close to the home stretch of this level, as there are only 4 more pickups, and we're actually getting to the safe. So I was wrong earlier. I said we got to get outside and get to the safe for the next class. I was wrong. There was 2 more before we got outside. Now we're outside, and the rest of the collectibles will resume. So hopefully you didn't, like, wait and pause it until... Anyways, we're outside. We're officially good to go, and we're going to go behind the countertop here. On the front left side, there is a register kind of hiding. But there's a coin right next to it, so we'll swoop that up for old Rhode Island. I don't know, whenever I think of Rhode Island, I always think of that movie with Jim Carrey. You know which one I'm talking about? Me, Myself, and Irene. All right, before making your way out of here, go ahead to go over by the... It's like a little gazebo-like area. It's a little couch with a... Anyways, there's some weapon parts there. Swoop those up before advancing up this little stairwell here. Now, as we do, we're actually going to go in and around and hang a hard left and climb up into the bathroom, as there is another set of weapon parts right there. In fact, there's 15 in the nice little suitcase or whatever that is. We'll drop down and make our way a little bit further into the story. We get to this little peak here, and there's a nice conversation that takes place. We go ahead and skip that. And then what happens is Abby bails on Lev and makes her way into basically our home base, right? And so once we get there, there is another cutscene that happens. It goes on for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. We've kind of sped that up and cut that out as well. But essentially what you want to do is as soon as you get inside and you're free to walk around, you want to go back a couple of steps and over to your right. And when you do that, there's actually a little building on the right side that has like a long glass pathway, and once you're inside that little hallway there, you're gonna find a coin at the end. So don't worry, we'll show you. We're gonna go ahead and open the door. We get a little engaged in the conversation, and then we kind of fast forward through it because these two gentlemen over here have a lot to say. Okay, as soon as we got control of Abby, we're gonna turn around and go to the right and go inside this building with the glass hallway, as I mentioned earlier. And look at that, booyaka show! We've got that 5th coin. It's for Misery. I'm just kidding, Missouri. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it, though, for this one. So, boy, we don't have very many levels left, and that's probably a good thing. I'm getting itchy for that platinum trophy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed The Descent, all collectibles. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button. As for me, though, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time...